Joining me now, Governor Abbott. Governor, great to see you. So, what's the idea? You want to change the Constitution, but exactly how?
Well, first, Megan, importantly, this is not my plan. This was Madison's plan, Hamilton's plan, Ben Franklin's plan, the founders' plan. They knew and they articulated at the time of the original convention in 1787 that there would be a need for the American people to alter the Constitution as the country grew and evolved. And so they handed to us in Article 5 of the United States Constitution the pathway to do it. And they knew that it would be the people who would need to be able to do it, not government leaders in Washington, D.C., and that's precisely why they inserted Article 5 into the Constitution so that we can amend the Constitution. And basically what I'm calling for is not really changing the Constitution, but instead returning the Constitution to the original principles that were enshrined in the Constitution itself.
Well, like allowing a 2/3 majority of the states to override a U.S. Supreme Court decision? That was not in the spirit of the original.
Well, Megan, what was not in the Constitution and what would come as a great surprise to Madison and Hamilton is the way the Supreme Court justices amend the Constitution. Think about this. There are 27 amendments to the United States Constitution that were passed and ratified by the United States of America. However, that said, the Constitution is amended every single year by just 5 people who wear robes on the United States Supreme Court. And oftentimes it is contrary to the people of the United States. Even worse, you see the Supreme Court actually rewrite laws. Embarrassingly, what Chief Justice Roberts did in the Obamacare case, where the Supreme Court played the role of a super legislature.
But the founders didn't want to just cede everything to the majority. They didn't. That is not the kind of republic they envision. And so, under your version, if we had the Supreme Court, let's say the Supreme Court decision Casey, where they relooked at Planned Parenthood and they said, yeah, we're going to uphold Roe versus Wade, but we're also going to uphold the right of lawmakers to curtail those rights. They can erode abortion rights, at least on the edges. Let's say 2/3 of the states rose up and said, no erosion. We oppose that. Then it would just be the will of the majority, as opposed to the Supreme Court telling us.
It was clear from the founders and what they imbued in every paragraph of the United States Constitution. They did not want to empower 5 unelected, unaccountable judges on the United States Supreme Court to be able to single-handedly amend the Constitution in an unaccountable way. But also, think about this. It's not just the court, which is just one of the items you brought up. Look at Congress. Who did the founders, who did the crafters of the Constitution empower to write the laws of the United States of America? In Article 1, it is the United States Congress. Despite that fact.
But what's happening is the executive branch is issuing a lot of laws through its agencies, and that's another thing you want to tackle. So I got to go, but can you tell me what's the next step in your plan? What are you going to do?
1 is the state of Texas needs to pass this. 2, I need to get other states to join in. 3, the people of the United States of America need to demand their legislature will support an Article 5 convention of states.
Governor, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here tonight.